Hi guys, it's Tracy here and I'm getting ready to pack myself up for Crop and Create Moncton 2016. And so I do have another video on my channel that talks about my packing strategy for 2015, and that one worked pretty well for me. So I think I'm going to pack pretty much the same that I did last time, but there might be a couple of little differences. So I thought I would do an updated video just in case. I have my handy dandy little notebook there with any ideas of things that I can't run and get right this second, but I want to make sure that I pack. And I have a bunch of stuff out on my table here that I'm planning to bring. And then down here beside me, I have some of my storage options. And so my plan, or my hope, and we'll see how this goes, but my hope is to pack this thing and this bag right here. And I have shown these two items in really a lot of detail in a previous video, so I will link that one in the information section below, and also right up here in a little card so that you can click on. So I do have these two as backups. I'm thinking I'll probably bring that Dessert one because it's very art-oriented from the art store. I do like my Corey bag too though, so I might bring that one too. I don't watch the Coronation Street anymore, but I used to, and I love that bag that my sister gave me a long time ago. So I also have some of these little plastic envelopes that you can get from Michael's, and they have this flap on them, and you can get them in a package of 10, or I think you can get them in packages of 3 as well. This is what they look like. It's called Memory Keeper, and I got it. These are a 10-pack, and I just have them like this, and they have these little snaps to close, and they've got 2 snaps, so if you fill it really full, you can still close it. And it's a little bit of an accordion. It's really just 2 sections that can expand into one if you put enough stuff in it. And so I have less than 10 of these because I think I lost some along the way. And they also make them in this smaller size. Those are 13 by 13, and these ones are smaller than that. And I only have 1 of those, I think, or maybe 2. Yeah, I've got 2 of those. And then I also have these Studio Calico bags that I bought quite some time ago for bringing scrapbooking supplies to people's houses to scrap with, and I'm really disappointed with them because the zipper on them it always breaks. And so I do use them because I paid money for them, so I'm kind of being a little bit stubborn and insisting on using them, but I really don't like them. I prefer these ones like this, which were actually probably the same price for 10 as these were for 3. So that's a little bit disappointing, but I have both options just in case. I just have them in a pile, a messy pile here, as you can see. Inside of this, which is one of those rolly tote things with the handle that goes up so you can carry it very easily, and there's wheels on the bottom. Inside of this, I have a tag that has my name and telephone number in case this gets lost somewhere in the hotel where we'll be staying or whatever. I will, as soon as I'm finished recording this, I'll flip that over so that it's easy for somebody to contact me if they do find my lost bag, which I'm hoping to not lose. The other thing that I do is, and I did this last time and it worked out pretty well for me, it takes up a bit of real estate in my packing because I'm actually packing an empty case. This is one of those Iris cases. It's a 12 by 12 case. And it is empty, and it's what last year I used to, if I were ever splattering mist, I would take this over to the floor near my table, and I would mist and flick mist inside of this case. So I would put my layout right here on this paper towel. I've got some paper towel that's actually glued down so that it's always, but then these are my extra pieces in case I just need to wipe up some mess. And actually what I think I'll do is I'll probably put them on either side so I don't get the carpet dirty where we're going to be. There's carpet. And so I do my anything messy in this box. And last year what I did was I brought this box and my mists, and I didn't bring a whole bunch of mists, so it was mostly empty. But I'm going to figure out a different way to bring my mists this year because I'll need to bring them home in something different, because my plan is that this empty box, once the crop is over, I will throw away all of the dirty, misted, inky paper towels. I'll throw that in the garbage before I leave. And I've brought 6 empty 12 by 12 page protectors, and this is where I will store my completed layouts. I don't think I'll do 12, but 12 is certainly the very, very most that I would do. So I've got those there. I've just got this piece of chipboard just in case I need a piece of chipboard for something, or in case I only do one or something and need a piece of chipboard to keep it all straight. So I hope I don't do one. I'm going on a 3-day crop. So as I said, this is a bit of an investment of real estate in my packing, but I think it's going to be really worth it to have a place to put my layouts and not have them get squished on the way home. And this is again one of those iris containers. I'll try to move it so that you can see the logos, and you can get that at Michael's. So my plan is to put that right here, because that's really the only place that fits. And then in here, I'm going to put my tools. And there's also some pockets here that I can put some things in, and there. And then all of my paper and thickers and letter stickers will all go in here. And I'm hoping that embellishments will go in these pockets here, and then I won't need anything else. I won't need this or those. If I pack a bag, I'm going to pack stuff inside of an iris container inside of the bag, so that I don't have to worry about the bag falling open in Stephanie's car, or as I'm trying to carry things up to the room, I don't want to have to worry about, you know, messes and stuff. So that's my thought. I'm going to show you guys in detail what I'm going to bring and why, but I'm going to use this camera up here to do that, so it won't be as shaky as this has been. So I'm sorry that this has been so shaky. And yeah, so I'll catch you over in the other angle. Hello, so before I get too much further, I just want to say that everybody scrapbooks differently, and so I'm just basing my packing on my own understanding of my own scrapbooking habits, and also how I've done in crops before. So when I'm at a crop, I am very unlikely to do anything with mixed media, die cutting, like using my Big Shot or my my Silhouette. And I'm also very unlikely to do anything that involves sewing. So these layouts will almost all include none of that, unless if somebody else there has something that I'm going to borrow or whatever the case might be. I'm not planning on doing any layouts like that. The other thing is that I don't plan any of my layouts other than something as general as I'm not going to do any die cutting or mixed media on these layouts. So I don't have a sense of exactly what I'm going to scrapbook when I'm there, because I'm a very mood-oriented scrapbooker. Like I tend to scrap whatever I'm in the mood to scrapbook based on either the picture or the story that I want to tell or the products that I want to work with. So I'm going to print up, and that's going to be the very last thing I do is print up my photos. I'm going to print up a variety of photos with based on the kit that I'm using this month and the other supplies that I'm planning to bring. And I'm also going to bring a certain amount of supplies, but not too much. So I kind of lost my train of thought there, but maybe I'll come back to whatever it was. Anyhow, my experience at crops has been that the lighter I pack, the more I scrap. So I went to a crop one time where I brought a ton of stuff, like everything. I brought my die cut machine, I brought all kinds of stuff that I never even touched. So the second time that I went to a big crop that was far away, that I had to travel to and stay at a hotel and whatever, I took a very small amount of stuff, and it was awesome. I got 8 pages done, which doesn't sound like too much for 3 full days of scrapbooking, but it was also lots of socializing and fun, and I was happy with what I got done. So I would rather bring less stuff and get 8 pages done than bring tons of stuff trying to get more pages done but end up getting 5 pages done. So that's my approach. I'm going to pack everything based on that, and I'm trying to take the smallest versions of everything that I have. So for example, instead of bringing the trimmers that I love the most, I'm going to bring this trimmer, this Fiskars trimmer, because it is the smallest, lightest weight trimmer that I have, and it is easy for me to pull in and out of my bag and whatnot. And so this is what I'm going to bring. It has this arm, so it's just as good as my big trimmer. yeah, so when I'm thinking about what I'm going to bring, the very first things, and I'm kind of starting this video in the middle of my process, so maybe this isn't the best way to have filmed this, but I've already started, so I'm not going to start all over again just for the sake of the video. But anyhow, when I first started, I'm going to backtrack a little bit and talk about that. When I first started, I pulled out, I looked at this. This is my tool caddy, and it contains everything that I reach for the most in my scrapbooking. So I just spun it around and had a look and grabbed everything in that tool caddy that I always use almost every time I scrapbook. And instead of bringing my ATG, as much as I love my ATG because it means I don't have to refill as often because it has this huge roll of tape, I brought this last year, and it was the biggest thing that got in the most way of my just kind of, you've only got so much space, and I don't want, and there is actually quite a lot of space at Crop and Create from what I've heard. I haven't gone to many other crops, but from what I've heard, there is quite a lot of space, but even so, I don't want this on the desk. It's just too much. So I'm not going to bring it this time, and we'll see if I regret it or not. Instead, I'm going to bring my Tombow Mono Permanent Adhesive. This is a tape runner. I'm bringing a refill, and I'm hoping that if I go through more than this, which is possible, that one of the stores there will have some refill, or I'll just buy a new tape runner. They're not that expensive, so it's not the end of the world if I run out of tape runners. So I have the one that I've already started. I have a fresh refill, and if I use more than that, then I'm on a really good roll, because that'll mean that I've done a lot of layouts, and that will be a good problem to have. So then I also grabbed some foam tape from some foam adhesive. So these are mostly Stampin' Up! Dimensionals and scrapbook adhesives. These are a little bit thicker than these, and I also just kind of want to get them used up, so I'm bringing them. And then I grabbed, oops, everything is going everywhere, and then I grabbed, just kind of still thinking about adhesive, I'm not going to bring this actually, so forget that. I grabbed my two-way glue pen because I do reach for this a lot, and for a liquid, I didn't want to bring both. These are my two go-to liquid adhesives, Glossy Accents and Tombow Mono, and so I'm going to go with Tombow Mono Multi as my liquid adhesive because it's not shiny, it doesn't show your mistakes and that sort of thing, so I'm going to go with that. I'm bringing my tiny attacher. I do have two small staplers, but again, in the interest of packing light, I'm going to only bring one of them. They're two different sizes, so I do like having the Stampin' Up! One. I still haven't done a review on it. I'm going to. Don't buy it. If you're thinking about buying it, I have stuff to tell you about it before you make the plunge of buying another stapler. So hang on to that idea. Just a tiny bit longer. It's on my list of things to do. So I'm going to bring my tiny attacher because it is my preferred small stapler, and because it constantly runs out of staples, which is incredibly annoying. I have only 2 refills left, but that'll definitely get me through a weekend. I'm bringing some roller stamps. I've got this plain roller date stamp that just has the date, and then I have this phrased roller date stamp, which is my favorite one with phrases. It's the Studio Calico one with the wood veneer handle. I love that one because it has the most flexible statements that I'm the most likely to use. I find all the other roller date stamps might have 1 or 2 things that I might use, and then the rest just aren't me. But this one has more that are me, so I like that one. And I'm thinking about also bringing this Pebbles one. We'll see if I have the space. This is a big honkin' roller date stamp. It's actually not a roller date stamp, it's a roller word stamp. It has letters that you can spell out to spell something. And I really like using this, and I reach for it quite a lot, which is why I'm going to try to fit it. If it won't fit, I'm not going to be too heartbroken about it. I grabbed all of my favorite markers, and I do have a video about markers that I think I will post today or tomorrow. It might come up during the time that I'm at the crop, so watch my channel in the next couple of days for a video all about markers. It will have the title Focus on Scrapbooking. It's part of my Focus on Scrapbooking series. So I'm bringing some of my favorite pens. Basically, I have my Faber-Castell Pitt pens in a variety of different widths. I have my Chamel Gray pen, I have a .005 pen, and I have a Slick Surface marker, which is my Staedtler Permanent Lumo color. And then I also have a pencil for drawing lines. And I'm not going to bother bringing my white eraser. If I need to erase, I'll just use the eraser on the back of the pencil. It's not the best eraser in the world, but it is very small, and it's coming with me anyways, so I might as well use that one. I'm bringing both of my scissors because I tend to use them both every time I scrapbook. And I'm of course bringing my ruler because I use that every time I scrapbook as well. So those are the tools that I'm bringing, like the kind of like the main scrapbooking tools that I am bringing. I think my Tombow thing went flying. I want to make sure I bring it. So those are main tools, and I did mention this, didn't I? I think I did, yeah. Main tools. So I also am thinking about storage, and so I don't need that. That's what I sometimes use for taping my Project Life process. I will not be doing any process videos when I'm at the crop because that's just a little weird. So I've got this pocketed little tool caddy. You can get, maybe not this exact one, but I got this at Michael's, and you can get these at Michael's and craft stores and fabric stores and those sorts of things. It's just a tool caddy. And what I like about it is that it has a really pretty pattern on it, but it also has a plastic coating over it so that if you get it full of, like if you get glue or marker or paint on it or whatever, you can just wipe it off. So I really like this one, and I usually use it for my Project Life stuff, but I've taken all of my Project Life stuff out of there, and I'm going to fill it up with these tools that I have picked out. Whoops. So I'm just going to fill this up. I think I will. I like to put things sort of where it makes good sense to have them, where I'm likely to reach for them. Yeah, so I'm going to put my glues all together like this, all my glues right here by my scissors. So I've got glues and scissors right there. I've got pens right there. I don't want to put my tape runner in here because my experience is that it's hard for me to get at it when I need it. So I'm going to put it in this less deep pocket right here so I can reach it really easily. I don't actually need this at my fingertips, so I might put this right down there. Wonder if these will fit in here. They might, although I want them kind of facing in so that none of them accidentally get taken off. Yeah, so that's great, actually. That fits quite nicely there. I don't need this. Again, this is one of those tools that the refills of my stapler are something that I'm not going to reach for all that often, so I think I'll put them in here and hope that I remember that that's where I put them. And I'm also thinking, like, I wish that I could make this smaller and put it in one of these pockets or something, but I'm not going to worry too much about that right now. I have this. I'm hoping that this will fit. I thought it would because I think I've stored it this way before. There we go. Perfect. And my ruler goes right along with it. Very nice. The thing I haven't talked about yet that I'm bringing that might constitute a tool is I'm bringing my Fujifilm Instax Share printer. This prints up Instax photos. And I'm going to bring this. I brought it last time and I was so happy that I brought it. But it needs new batteries, so I have a list of things I need to get, and batteries are one of them. So it takes, the batteries, yeah, it takes these CR2 batteries, and you can get a plug for this to an adapter to plug it into the wall for power, but the adapter is so expensive that I've been just getting batteries. I don't use it all that often, so far I haven't gotten the plug for it, the adapter. So that's that, and then what I often put back here are my roller date stamps. can tell I've done this before because I know where things fit. But I haven't brought this roller date stamp before, so I will need to figure out where to put it. I'm thinking I can probably, I don't want to damage my printer, so I think I'll put it right there. This is one of many photos that I will be bringing, so I have to put that right here. So these tools I'm going to put inside of my, let me see if maybe I can actually put it right up here on the desk. Ah, it fits. Okay. So this is what I did last year, is I just placed this right here. This is just for traveling, so once I get to the crop, all of this comes out on the table, and this I actually put on the floor. I put this on the floor kind of when you push your chair in, and if you're sitting next to the leg of a table, I'll try to do that so that I'm sitting next to the leg of a table. I just put this on its edge, right, and leaning against the leg of the table, and between the leg of my chair and the leg of the table. That's where I like this to be, so I can just literally like reach down by my side, pull it up, and use it, and it's not in my way otherwise. So that's what I will do when I get to the crop. I still have plenty of space here, and what I'm thinking about doing, I didn't do this other years because I didn't bring this many punches last year, but one thing that I wish I had last year was more punches. So I'm going to see if I can just gently stack my punches in here. If I stagger them one that way and one that way, I might be able to pile a couple of them. I just picked, hearts are really good generic shapes that I often use, and so I'm not taking two specific shaped punches. This is one of my favorite border punches. It's that double embossed dotted lace, and so I've got that, and I could close these. They have locks. The ones that have locks, I guess I could close them. I might be able to fit two in the space of one if I did that. I have this torn paper edge. I don't know what you call that. It doesn't have a name. Anyhow, I have that. And then I also have a small scalloped border punch. So I'll close that up, and look, I can fit 3 in that space if I close them all up like that. And then I have this giant border punch that is a chevron shape. And this is something that is fairly new to my punches. I don't really buy punches very often anymore, but I do like that shape. It's handy. I use both the negative and the positive of it. So I'm going to put that right there. And look at that. That bag, I would say, is almost entirely packed. I'm just going to take this ruler out so it doesn't snap off when I put the, I don't want it to poke into the top of this. I'm just going to put it right kind of sideways like that so that it takes up less space vertically. And then when I get there, I'll put it on my table, of course. So that is pretty much all of my tools. The only thing that I'm missing that I would like to pack in this bag, because obviously I've got more room, because once this comes down there's all of this space here that isn't taken up. So I have a couple of other things that I could put in that space. I'm bringing these mists. So these are the mists that I reach for all the time. These 3 are probably my most used. This one is new, so I can't really say it's my most used, but these 2 are certainly my most used. White, black, and gold mist. And then I'm just kind of thinking about the fact that I'm bringing the Drops of Jupiter kit, which has lots of blues. So I have a couple of different blues here, and the silver because it's very nighttimey. I'm hoping to print up some night pictures and do a couple of night layouts. So I have silver, and I have water cooler, which is kind of like a brownie. It's like a warm greeny blue. And then I have sky, which is a cool blue. And then I have teal, which is a really bright, beautiful shade of Heidi Swapp color mist. I really just have this citron because I just love it so much. I don't think I'm going to scrapbook anything that needs this color, so I'm going to go ahead and put it back up on my shelf because I don't really need it. Yellow is another mist that I just use so often. I'm not packing anything yellow, so I'm thinking if I desperately need yellow, maybe I can borrow some from someone else, or in a pinch I could buy some. I'm going to put that back. This is Mint Green Heidi Swap. I use this all the time. I'm just going to go ahead and pack that. And then my kit is very blue dominant, but I'm planning to buy some stuff at the crop, which is part of the reason that I'm really trying to pack very, very lightly. So I'm going to pack these 2 pink colors because these are very not pink, and I feel like if I'm going to be there, if I'm planning to scrapbook 8 or 9 layouts, which is I'm hoping for 8. So if I'm going to scrapbook 8 layouts, chances are some of them will have some pink. So I'm going to pack these 2 colors. One is Primrose and one is Coral, which is of course not pink, it's orange, but I love it. And so that's what I'm going to pack for mists. And then for inks, I sort of already had these pulled out for other projects. I used these 2, well, I didn't use this, but I pulled these 2 out for my first layout that I made with the Drops of Jupiter kit. So they're still out. This is Pool Time, Pool Party, and this is Pistachio Pudding. The Smoky Slate is just one of my favorite. It's my light gray go-to ink. My dark gray go-to ink is Basic Gray. So I don't know. I really don't need 2 grays. I guess I'll probably go with Basic Gray and not Smoky Slate. Then I have Baked Brown Sugar, which is my new favorite brown. I really love this. It looks really yucky in the pad, and I only bought it because it was part of a set that I bought a whole color collection, the in colors for whatever year that was. And I kind of avoided it for a really long time, and then I used it one time, and I just love it. It's like a craft. It's like a dark craft color. It's very pretty. So I'm going to bring that. And then I have basically Coral Cabana and Primrose Petals because, I don't know, just because those are nice colors. I don't know why. But what I need, because now you guys know I don't do a ton of stamping, so I really probably shouldn't bring even this many stamps. I'm thinking maybe I'll just bring Pool Party and Primrose Petals. I don't really need these. But what I do want to bring is a navy blue ink because there's so much navy blue in the kit that I'm bringing. I gotta have some navy. In fact, maybe I should bring my navy mist as well, just in case. I'll bring my navy mist because the nice thing about bringing mists is that not only can you use it for mist sprinkles and misting with masks and whatever else you want to do, but you can also dip a little paintbrush into it and paint things with it, especially wood veneers. So I'm going to bring the navy Mr. Huey's. And I've got my Night of Navy ink as well. So let's get these into a plastic bag so that they're not going to leak everywhere. Alright, so I just have a dollar store Ziploc bag here. It's the big giant ones. They're 13 inches by 15.6 inches. Probably bigger than I need, but my next size down was like a sandwich bag, and I don't think that's going to hold all of these, so I'll go ahead and put them in this. I want to know how many I have so that when I go and pack them all up to take them home, I'll know I have the right amount right on the bag so that I will know that I have them all when it's time to go home. So now I'm going to go ahead and put my 245 inks in here and my acrylic block. And I'm just bringing one acrylic block. I'm just bringing my big one because I am bringing the stamp sets that come with the kit, because I might use them, so I want to have a block to put them on. So again, I will write what's in this bag. There we go. Alright, so let's see how these things fit. We've got, these inks will mostly stack and fit right there. I don't need all that air in the bag. In fact, it doesn't even really need to be sealed. There we go. There we go. So we're good to go. I'm actually going to bring these empty trays The reason being is that last year when I was at Crop and Create, I was really wishing that I had some little trays to put things in. It ended up I did bring some trays to put things in, and I forgot that I packed them and didn't use them. So anyhow, because I packed them in one of these little pockets on the edge here, one of these little pockets right here, and I just didn't open it. So anyhow, I'm going to, these are great trays for bringing because they flatten down. They are pinched and then snapped like this. I got these, I get a lot of questions about these. I got these at Chapters and Indigo is the name of the company. It's a bookstore, a big box bookstore here in Canada. And what I love about them, and part of the reason I bought them, is that they flatten. And I bought them when they were on sale. When they first came out, they were, I don't know, like $10 or $12 a piece. I don't know how much they were, but they were too much. When I bought them, they were on sale. I bought one for $8 when it went on sale, and then they went down even more, and I bought two more at $4 each. So I thought that was pretty good for a pretty little tray that's very flexible. It's like a fake leather, and like I said, you can just flatten them down and fit them almost anywhere. So let's just put these right in there. Excellent. So now I would say that the main portion of this compartment is completely packed. I like to fill it up really well so that the things that are inside of this don't shake around if this gets toppled over or whatever. I don't want all the contents of this little caddy to fall everywhere. So I like to pack it up as much as I can. So the last thing that I'll do is I'll turn around my little identification tag so that anybody who finds this can find me and call me and tell me to come get my beloved supplies. I have a few other things that I'm going to bring. One is my Scraptastic Kit Club kit for the month, which is the Drops of Jupiter kit. In the past, when I've gone to Crop and Create, I usually bring two kits, because I find that using one kit is great when it's spread over the whole month. But when I sit down for 6 hours at a time, I don't necessarily want to be using the exact same kit for the entire 6 hours. So in the past, when I knew that Crop and Create was coming up, I would order two kits for that month so that I could go back and forth and alternate and mix it up a little bit. That worked really, really well for me last time. However, this time, what I wanted to do instead is there are some things that have come out on the market since I last shopped for papers. And so what I plan to do when I get there, there are at least two stores, I think there are 3 stores that are at Crop and Create, 3 scrapbooking stores. And so what I plan to do is pick up some of the collections, the paper collections, not full collections. I think there's one that I'm going to buy a full collection of. And I might get a couple of other pieces of some other things and some embellishments that are new to me, and just I'm just going to shop and have some fun. So instead of packing 2 kits, I'm going to pack 1 kit, but I'm also going to save myself room as if I had packed 2 kits, because I'm going to have more stuff to bring home than what I'm bringing. So my mists and tools go in that other case, and I like all of my consumables to go in this. So this is where my paper, letter stickers, and embellishments will go in this tiny little, can you believe it? I'm gonna do it though. So first, I have my kit in these 2 page protectors. This is the extra pattern paper, and then this is the main kit with the cardstock and the add-on paper and everything, and then a couple of other flat things that came with the kit are all in there, anything flat. So I'm putting my kit in the back pocket here. So this case has all these pockets, and you can make this get bigger by unzipping that so that this opens like an accordion. And I probably will have to open that, I'm guessing. Now the thing about this is that it doesn't have a flap to protect this, so this will stay with me. I will carry this with me. It does stand up quite nicely on its own though, especially when it's full. So I put my kit in there. I'm going to save this for the kit or whatever paper stuff I'm going to buy when I'm there. And then I have 2 more pockets. So what I typically do is I put my letter stickers in those pockets. However, the letter stickers that go with the kit, I keep with the kit so that I know what they are when I'm using them, because I'll still want to include them as stuff I've made for my design teamwork. And then there is all of this stuff right here. All of these are all of the Chamel. These right here are all of the Chamel die cut pieces that came in the kit. So I'm going to take all of these and put them in this little zipper bag. And then these are the Scraptastic die cut pieces. Put those in with them too. I can tell which is which because I'm familiar with them by now. I've already scrapbooked with them before. And then these are the other little pieces that come in the kit, little exclusive embellishments. So there we go. These are all the embellishments that come with the kit. I'm going to leave this home because I have those little pinched leather trays. These will go right in the front of this. And you'll see that there are also these two spaces for these recessed spaces to put these cases. And so I will put any other embellishments that I want to bring, I'll put in these and fill those up and put it in there before I'm done. Also, there are these items that also go with the kit, so I'll just put those in there as well. What I've done is I've gone through my stash of letter stickers and I've picked out some letter stickers that I think I might use. Some of them are my standard letter stickers that I just love. And so you'll see that there are a lot of black foam letter stickers because I love black foam letter stickers. So I have a couple of blocky options and then a messy, scrolly, scripty option, the Calberteschi, which I love. So those will meet my black letter sticker needs, hopefully. And then I packed these because I thought they really look great with the Drops of Jupiter kit. They're Heidi Swap. And then I just took these because they're my favorites. You know what? There's so many missing from this. I'd hate to bring these all the way there and then not have the letters I need to make a title, so I'm actually not going to bring those. I'm going to bring these though. And the other thing that I keep telling myself is I can always buy some stuff while I'm there. If I absolutely need a cream letter sticker, I can just buy some or borrow some or something. Then I just grabbed some of my favorite letter stickers. So what I did here was I didn't bring any doubles because I'm not going to need doubles. There are plenty of letters on all of these sheets. So even though I have doubles of both of these because they're my favorite letter stickers, I will be able to make lots of phrases with just this one sheet, even though they've both been used quite a lot. So I have a lot of these mini market stickers because I just love them. And so I'm bringing them so that I can use them. Of course, that's why we buy things, is to use them. So if you're going to take one or two, it's not that much thicker to bring a bunch. So I'm just bringing those. And then as far as shaped letter stickers go, I have my favorite, Kelly Perky makes my favorite shaped letter sticker. I just like the shape of these. So I'm bringing all 4 sheets of those that I own. And then I also have these. You know what? There's so many missing from this, but there's still enough. There's just one S is the only thing. Yeah, I think I won't bring those. I won't bring those. And then I have these letter stickers, just little ones in case I wanted some little ones for something. So these do not take up very much space in my bag, so I'm happy to pack them in there. I will show you where I put them. So what I do is the thickers are the thickest, so I'm going to break them up so that they're about equal into 2 packages, into 2 piles, and I'll put one pile here and one pile here. And then I actually leave them in my bag the whole time. I just don't need the flippy things on them. Some of them weren't repackaged yet, so this is in its original package, and that's why it's got this flippy thing on it. If it wasn't, it would fit down nicely with the rest of them. So I should have done that probably. But I'm not going to do it now because I am too eager to leave. So I just have them kind of split. They're not quite even because I have an uneven amount in there, but that's okay. Then I'll slide these down the side that has less stickers so that all of my letter stickers are all contained within this. Anyhow, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I have all of my letter stickers here. I will leave them in here, and when I'm shopping
shopping my stash for a letter sticker, I will just kind of pull it out and leaf through. The only thing is that I sometimes lose these, so I could just pull those out and take them out when I'm looking for a letter sticker. But this way I can just kind of leaf through and figure out what I have and what I want. So far this is all that I'm bringing, and then the only other thing that I would have brought would be a second kit, which would be right here. And that would do me for the whole weekend, except for embellishments. So that's the last thing. So the other thing that I do before I pack is I think about texture, because that's the thing that I'm missing here. I've got pattern paper, I've got cardstock, I've got letter stickers, I've got stickers in the embellishment part of my kit, and they always come with stickers, so I don't need to worry too much about stickers. I think about texture. So I went to my texture tray, which I'll show you. It's a big messy tray like this, and this is what it looks like, and it has the word layering on it because I use it for layering. And it's just any kind of scrap pieces of paper and stuff that I get that has an interesting texture to it. I put in here, like I've got a whole bunch of specialty papers and tissue paper and crepe paper and all kinds of stuff. So I just pile it up there and stick it in one of my cubes. And then I also have a drawer where I keep doilies. So I pulled out an assortment of doilies because I don't know what I'm going to be wanting. So I don't need a whole lot of any one, but I did want to bring a small assortment. If you're taking a doily, it's not that much more to take a handful of doilies. So I just grabbed a handful of doilies and a handful of little interesting pieces of paper that I wouldn't otherwise have because I only have this small selection of my items. And then a piece of POW glitter paper. So I need to put these things in something that will keep them flat and straight. So a page protector would work, but I have one of these bags that the Scraptastic kits come in, so I'm just going to shove these all in there, like that. I'm going to seal it just because I can. It doesn't have to be sealed. And then I'm going to stick this right in here. And I'm going to try to make it so that it stays fairly flat. There we go. So I still have room for that collection of things that I haven't bought yet that I can bring home when I come. And I still have room for a few more embellishments. These are the embellishments that come with the kit. I'm thinking I'm going to just stick them in a Ziploc bag just to keep them separate. So last time I brought a whole crap ton of wood veneers and didn't use a single wood veneer. So I'm not going to do that again. But I do have the Drops of Jupiter kit, and it has a nighttime sky type of paper in it, and I'm hoping to find a nighttime photo to scrapbook. So I'm going to take a handful of these stars. I don't need the resin ones. I really just want to use the wood veneer stars. So I'm going to try to, of course didn't get any of the big ones. I want to get like a variety of sizes. Oh, you know what? It's easier for me to just dump them all in. I'm just going to dump them in. That's fine. There we go. There. And there's stars in there that I won't use, like these chipboard. Well, you never know, I guess. Anyhow, I've got a lot of stars now. If you see me at the crop and you need stars, come hit me up because I got lots. Maybe some arrows? Who knows, right? So we'll go with some arrows, sure. I'm always on the lookout for @ symbols because I like them a lot. There's some hashtags in here too and some ampersands. These are kind of cool. I'm going to put those in with the stars. Like that. That's probably all that I need. But these are just begging to come with me, so okay, you can come too. These are these little like starburst ones. They're really cute. So there, I'm done with wood veneers. So these are some other just random embellishments that I keep in cases that I like. These are kind of like top shelf embellishments. These are my favorites. The ones that I reach for the most. And so it's this little packet of trinkets from Maggie Holmes, from an older Maggie Holmes collection. kind of like these little clips and stuff. Maybe I'll bring the whole package of those. Maybe I'll bring a couple of these. I actually bought these at Crop and Create 2013, and I really do like them, so I'll bring a couple of those. Just because at this point, if I'm bringing this case, I might as well fill it up with stuff, right? I'm going to bring a couple of these little crocheted embellishments. They're on there with glue dots, which is not all that helpful. You know what? I'm going to cut these up. Oh, but I already packed my scissors. There. I want 3 small ones just in case. I probably won't use a big one. I'm going to leave those. These are some more of my favorite embellishments. I don't know. I don't need any of these things. I'll take this cute little heart just in case. These little trinkets are cute. I don't think I'm going to scrapbook anything Easter, but there's a little bunny there. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all that I really need from here. I'll bring these arrows because they're cute and I've got space. So, that's it for embellishments. Let's fold those around. They're fabric, so they're not going to get ruined by folding them. There we go. And now if I buy some packages of embellishments, I have room for them right there, which is kind of nice. And I think that's it. This is all that I need. I have this space right here, which I don't ever really use. So I could, if I were bringing even more stuff, I could, let's see, maybe I could fit this so that it goes in there. Like that. And I have room for, actually I could buy 2 collections if I wanted to. And I have all of this space here, and I'm thinking maybe I'll grab a couple sheets of stickers. I'm thinking these label stickers are really versatile. Not the ones with chickens on them. These label stickers are so versatile that I feel like I need to bring them. I love these. These are Martha Stewart Home Office gold labels, but I often will punch shapes out of them. They're a really nice color. Speaking of gold, I've got this set of, I think these are Freckled Fawn. That's enough. And I'm not even going to bring any die cut pieces or anything because I have die cut pieces that come with the kit that I brought, and if I buy a collection I will probably buy the die cut pieces for that collection. So I should be good. I've got my kit here. I've got room for another collection that I might buy here. I've got room for another collection if I totally splurge right there. I have label stickers. I have letter stickers. Then I have my texture stuff in here. And that's all I'm bringing. That's it. Alright, so I am now completely finished packing for scrapbooking. The only thing that I have left to do is to print up some pictures, and I'm going to put them in one of these pockets right here. This pocket is otherwise empty, and I just pulled off a couple of single sheets of wax paper, folded them up, and put them in this pocket so I don't have to bring a roll of wax paper. The other thing that I'm missing is a small packet of travel baby wipes, which I will pick up at the drugstore before I go, and I'll just stick them right here on top of these things. So in here I have my punches, I have my mists, I have my inks, I have my tool caddy that's filled with all the tools I need. My ruler is behind here somewhere. I have my 3 flattened trays that I use for holding my embellishments while I'm scrapbooking, and I have an empty case that is lined with paper towel that I will use for misting, and it also has some
empty page protectors. It has 5 or 6, I think, empty page protectors that I will put my completed layouts in. I have my ID tag that I haven't flipped over yet, but this all folds up and holds all of my tools for scrapbooking. So they all fit in there. Then here I have all of my, I guess you could call it consumables. In this case right here, I have my Drops of Jupiter kit from Scraptastic with the letter stickers and the flat items that go with it. I have room here for a second kit, which I'm not bringing because I plan to shop at the crop. But if I weren't doing that, I would have my second kit right there. I have another space for additional scrappy supplies that I might buy. And I can open this if I need to give myself more room, but I don't need more room at this point. Then in this front pocket here, I have label stickers, just a couple sheets, and I have small letter stickers, and then I have a couple of packages of thickers as well. And then in this zippered pocket, it's kind of a waste of space because it's only just a couple of things, but it's all of my texture things, like a couple pieces of waffle paper, and tissue paper, and glitter paper, and some doilies. In the front of this case, I'm sorry that this is going to be a bumpy video because it's handheld, but and then in the front of this case I have again, I'm kind of packing with room to grow because I am planning to do some shopping there. So I have a case of some of my favorite embellishments that I might use. I actually probably won't use those. I didn't use the embellishments the last time I went, but I'm bringing a few anyways. And then these are the embellishments that go with the kit, and then there's a space there for extra embellishments that I might buy. And that's all that I'm bringing. I don't have to bring an extra bag this time. So somehow I brought down my supplies quite significantly. So that is awesome. All I have left to do is to print up my pictures and add my baby wipes and pack my clothes and my book and all those other things that I plan to bring for the trip. So that's it. I hope that you found this helpful for packing for a crop.